Hey, what's going on guys, and welcome to a special video which I'm sure you've all been waiting for quite some time. Yes, in today's video I'm going to let you guys decide what team we start with in my first FIFA 17 career mode. In this video I'm going to show you the 5 teams you can vote for and a brief description of the clubs, and for those of you who haven't voted in any of my polls before, I'm also going to show you how to vote at the end of the video as well, but don't worry, it's very simple. Just before you move on though, I do want to say thank you to everyone for staying patient with me, as I did plan for this video to be uploaded on Saturday or Sunday, but if you don't follow me on Twitter you wouldn't know that I've been very unwell over the past few days, but thankfully I'm feeling 1,000 times better now, so thank you for your kind words, but I feel much better now. I'd also like to point out too that the squads of the 5 teams you'll see won't be the exact same in FIFA 17, as EA don't update all the transfers over the summer, and also that the budget will almost certainly be different, so please bear that in mind. Anyway, let's show you the 5 teams you can vote for my first FIFA 17 career mode. So the first of 5 teams you can vote for are Bournemouth of the Premier League. Now of course Bournemouth, under the management of Eddie Howe, were promoted to the Premier League for last season, and they finished in 16th place despite the fact they were favourites by many people's reckoning to get relegated and go straight down to the Championship again. They did manage to keep themselves up, and this is now their 2nd year in the Premier League. I think Bournemouth would be a really decent team to begin with for my first FIFA 17 career mode, and try and build on what was their sort of survival season last year, keeping themselves up in the Premier Division. So I think Bournemouth will be a pretty decent side. They've added this season to their squad with some decent young talent such as Jordan Ibe, and also one of the more interesting signings, Jack Wilshere, on transfer deadline day, joining on loan from Arsenal. So yeah, I think Bournemouth will be a pretty decent side to begin with, and they are the first of the 5 teams that you can vote for. And now let's move on to the second team. And the second team I have for you guys to vote for are one of the 3 newly promoted sides to the Premier League this season, and these guys are Middlesbrough, who finished runners-up in the Championship last season. Now Middlesbrough, of course, under the management of Aitor Karanka, returning to the Premier League for the first time since the, I think it's the 2008-2009 season, many years ago now anyway. Middlesbrough back in the Premier League now. Now Middlesbrough, of course, this season adding to their side with some decent players, Victor Valdez coming in, Negredo coming in on loan from Valencia as well. Their squad isn't terrible, but it is certainly one which could do with quite a decent amount of work if I am to turn them into a world beater, which I always like to try and do with the sides I start with. So I think they'll be a pretty decent side. One of the most interesting things about Middlesbrough as well is that in the club's history they've only won one major trophy, and that was the League Cup back in the early noughties. So yeah, I definitely feel as though Middlesbrough will be a fun side, and they are the second team you guys can vote for. And now let's move on to the third team. And the third side I have for you to vote for are another one of the newly promoted sides from the Championship last season, Hull City, who went up via the playoffs, currently under the, well, I suppose sort of temporary management, as things stand right now at least, of Mike Phelan, though I think he will get a job permanently. Of course, formerly under Steve Bruce, now Mike Phelan. They started the season off pretty famously, really, with a very small squad. They have added to it with a couple new faces on deadline day, such as Ryan Mason coming in for a club record fee, but it's still a very small squad, and it's got some decent players in there. There are a couple of players that I really do rate, such as Curtis Davis. I think he's a fantastic defender, but it could certainly do quite a lot of work, and in order to make progression with the team, I'd certainly look to bring in a lot of faces myself as well as soon as possible, to try and transition them and make them a far stronger side as soon as possible. But I think it'd be a good side, very interesting team to begin with, especially with a really small squad, and they are the third team. And now let's see the fourth one. And the fourth side I have for you guys to vote for are one of the 3 sides that got relegated from the Premier League last season, and the only Championship side I have in this poll, Aston Villa, who had a really embarrassing season last year and finished rock bottom of the Premier League with just 17 points, I think it was. The fans just were absolutely devastated with what happened last season. It was really harsh on them, to be honest. Tim Sherwood obviously sacked very early on after a very poor start. Then Remy Gard came in, didn't really change much at all, and it was just a terrible season for Villa fans. They went down to the Championship for this season, and I think Villa would be a pretty decent side to begin with for this FIFA 17 career mode, starting in the Championship, trying to bring them back to the Premier League and try and bring some stability back to Aston Villa, which is something the fans have been crying out for quite some time. So I think Aston Villa will be a pretty decent side to start with, starting in the Championship, trying to bring them out to the Premier League, and they are the 4th side. And now let's see the 5th and final side you can vote for. And the 5th and final team I have for you guys to vote for are Burnley. Yes, Burnley, who were winners of the Championship last season, coming back to the Premier League. Now, Burnley, of course, under Sean Dyche, playing at Turf Moor. The side I started my FIFA 15 player career mode with, actually, Burnley. I thought it would be a really fun side to use as well. I thought it'd include all 3 of the newly promoted sides. They, like Hull City, don't have the biggest of squads. There are some decent players in there though. However, I would definitely say that out of all 5 teams, they would require, I'm not entirely sure what I'd say they require the most amount of work, but they certainly require quite a bit of it in relation to the clubs in the Premier League. They've got a decent side. I'm trying not to be too critical. They've got a decent side, but I would certainly want to do quite a lot with it, that's for sure. But they did bring in Stephen Defoe, to be fair, for £8 million. I think that's a club record fee, I'm not entirely sure, in the summer transfer window anyway, but it's not the best of sides, let's just say that. So Burnley, Hull, Middlesbrough, Aston Villa, and also Bournemouth as well. 5 teams for you guys to vote for. You can choose whichever one you want. I really don't mind. I think it'll all be fantastic choices, and now I'm going to show you how to vote as well if you've never voted in one of my polls before. So voting is extremely simple, guys. All you need to do is open up the description of this video, scroll down until you see the words vote here. You'll see a link next to that. Click on that link and you'll be taken to this page right here on the screen. You'll see all 5 of the teams listed for you, and you just vote for the team you want by clicking on the box next to the team. It will select that box, it will select that team, then click on vote, and that's all you gotta do. That's all you need to do. It's very simple, and once you click on vote, your vote is cast, and that's there. You'll then be taken to a live results page, and you can see what team is currently ahead in the poll right now, and you can see how your choice is stacking up against the others as well. So voting's very simple indeed, and very easy. But that is going to end the video, guys. So big thank you for watching. Once again, I do apologize for this video being uploaded a little bit later than usual, but I really was very poorly over the past few days, but hopefully you guys don't mind too much. But I hope you guys are happy with the choices anyway. All 5 of these teams I think would be absolutely fantastic teams to start with in FIFA 17 career mode. I really don't mind which one you guys choose for me, as I will be happy with any of the selections. But the poll will close on the 24th of September at 9 AM UK time, so you've got plenty of time to make your mind up and decide which team you want to vote for. Good luck with your selection. Thank you for watching the video. Please do leave a like if you have enjoyed it. Have a fantastic evening, everyone. Much love to each and every single one of you, and I'll see you for another video on my channel very soon.